Aye, so fucking drunk, back again with yet another attempt at a meal review. The one I'm going to try now is another Polish beer, and it's the Lech Premium beer, and it's 5.2 on the Richter scale for the Lech. Brewed, I think, from the same stable as Tyskie, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I'll put my neck out there and say that anyway. If you've watched my other two Polish beer reviews, I have been to Poland. Really did enjoy it. Cracking country, recommend it to anyone. Was really lucky. Myself and my two mates, we actually got there before the dreaded Euro. So cheap, really was so cheap to drink in Poland. Like some 3 pints of beer were, I think it was about £1.20. I think that was in a deer bar. It was actually about a quid, 90 pence to £1.20 for a beer for 3 pints. Amazing. So anyway, here's the Lech. Getting bored. I discovered this in I think it was on our second last night actually. You get that way when you go away at a lad's break. And you sort of like, you've got, it's basement jacks, basically what you're going for. We went there, we booked cheap flights, we ended up, we got cheap accommodation. My God, it was cheap accommodation. We actually stayed in this hotel just outside Krakow. It was about 20 minutes, half an hour walk outside the city centre. Actually, when we walked in, the reception area was actually, it looked okay. Oh, typical Eastern Bloc. It looked okay, nice and clean. And then when we were given a key down to the rooms, it was lino. It looked like a mental institution, which our suspicions were founded the next day when we went for breakfast. We walked into the reception area and we asked, where do you go for breakfast? And the guy pointed to a stairwell that took us down the stairs. So we were going down into like a cellar. That's what it looked like, a cellar. We came out into this passageway, which you just walk straight ahead. There was a door that took you into the dining area, but there was 4 doors on your right hand side that had peepholes and big bolts. So it looked to me as if it was a mental institution or something like that, away back in the days of the communist regimes. That's what it looked like anyway, and it had 3 mental cases in it at that time anyway for 4 days, myself and my 2 friends. But it was a laugh a minute, a great country, recommend it. So anyway, I'm havering now. I'm 3 minutes into this and I've not even had a sniff of the Lech. So anyway, here with the Lech beer, the head has died off it. I'm going to put a wee head on it because I like to see a wee head on the lagers. There we go. Little slight head on it. Carbonated. Yeah, it's a bit of carbonation, not as much as the other two, but there is a little bit of carbonation in there. So we'll go in for a nose of the Lech Premium Lager from the same stable as Tyskie. See what I can come up with. Well, I'm getting a slight little bit of bread off that. Mostly a kind of cereal bar type smell. And it's like, I don't know if I'm getting this right or not. It's got also like a smell of like a good old fashioned English cooking apple about it. Yeah, I would say green apple smell off of that. So anyway, it's all about the taste, and here we go. Drinking the Lech, 5.2 in the Richter scale, Lech Premium, from Poland, Slanjiva. big, very gassy actually. Like this is my third Polish beer that I've drank. It's just like the other two, very clean tasting, quite a grassy taste to this one. The first time I ever tried this, as I said when I was in Poland, I tried it, we were in a restaurant and I wanted to try something else. I had been feasting on Żywiec and Tyskie in the bars, and I think it was our third night or something, we decided to go fine dining because we had all this money left, and we ended up in this restaurant. My two mates will remember it. It was fine dining. You had the guy playing the piano, taking requests and stuff like that. Next minute, three Egypts been on the piss for 2 days, 2 or 3 days solid. Walked in, wanted to try something else and started drinking. I think they had this in bottles. I don't recall it being on draft. I think it was in bottles. Very, very much, if I was to compare this beer, like I couldn't compare the other two Polish beers, but I can compare this one to a beer that probably a lot of people out there have tried. It tastes very, very similar to Beck's. That's what I can say. Now when you drink Beck's, you've got that kind of grassy taste about it. Beck's, that unique, as I would call it, unique Beck's taste, the Beck's bite, the dryness, the grassiness about it. This, the Lech, has that. It has that. It's very, very similar in taste. I'll try and turn that up without pouring it all out. The Lech Premium. It has the very, very similar taste to Beck's. It is a quality brew. It's bready, like Beck's. It's got the grassy, like Beck's. It's easy to session on, like Beck's. I would really like to have tried this in draft. Now, I know for a fact that in that restaurant it was the big bottles I was drinking. So, I do not know what this one is like on draft, but it's an okay brew. I've got to admit that. If you see it, buy it. It's like all the Polish beers. They're filter clear. Very, very clean beers. Very sharp tasting. Bready. Chapping on the door. I wouldn't say as good as German beers, but they're not. Well, yeah, I'm going to say it. They're not as good as a German beer, but they're chapping on the doors of the German beers. And I've said it. So anyway, nice stuff. I'm going to give the Lech Premium. I'll pour the rest of this in here actually. So I can give it a bit of justice. I'm going to give the Lech Premium Lager, Premium Beer, sorry, from Poland. The brewery, I think it's a brewery. Same stable as Tyskie. 5.2 on a Richter scale. I'm going to give that a Sofa King Drunk rating of, and I'm going to be bold again, I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. It's a good sessionable lager. If you see it out there, have a go at it. If you like your lagers, your continentals, you're going to like this. The Polish beers are worth picking up. They really are worth picking up. They're high on strength. They're starting now in the UK, they're starting to, because of taxation laws, and these guys are 5.6, 5.2, they're over the 5%. We're starting to get ripped off for them now. So if you see them and they're going cheap, buy a load of them before April, because we are really going to get ripped off for our beers, especially in Scotland anyway. I don't know about England and Wales. in Northern Ireland. I don't know about you guys, but we're going to get ripped right off because we're apparently all off our nut up here anyway with a drink at the best of time. So Scottish Government is making an example out of us. So anyway, if you see it, get a transit van full of it, because it's good stuff. So anyway, it's so fucking drunk. If you tried the Lech before, give us a shout, and failing that, I'll see you in another beer review. Ciao for now, keep drinking good beer.